Looking at the big four sports, so hockey, baseball, football, and basketball, who's the most valuable player?
If we're looking, I'll take it two ways. If you're looking at like how much money he generates for his league, I'll say LeBron. And you can say LeBron has an argument for being the most valuable player in sports just based off of his play.
I think if he wasn't 37,
if he was 28.
Yeah, if we're talking about
no question.
the last 10 years in sports, it's far and away LeBron.
Yeah. But we're talking right now, I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes.
It's the $500 million man for sure.
Because he's not only playing the hardest position in sports, in my opinion. I think quarterback. Looking at all the information you have to digest in a span of like 2 seconds to make a decision, it's probably the hardest position to play in sports. And he's the best at it. Yeah. And I don't think it's really close.
And I think I would say he's the best that's ever played. I think he's
talented.
I don't think he's the GOAT. Let's get that straight. But I think he's better than Brady's ever been.
Just pure talent.
Yeah, pure talent wise. He's like Rodgers, where it's like, you could call him the GOAT because he's, had those incredible seasons, but he hasn't had the track record. Mahomes is gonna have the track record, and he's gonna have the talent. He's gonna have a great team for a long time with great coaching. I just don't. This
may be tough to see right now, but he's a team player. 100%. His contract isn't that bad.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Because it's tenured long, too. Yeah.
And the cap is going to be so big in a couple of years. When the TV deal kicks in, the cap is going to go way up. And his contract isn't going to look that bad.
Yeah. And people talk about like how good the team is and like how much depth they have. In his rookie year, his technical true rookie year, he took the Patriots to overtime in the conference finals.
And they should have won because remember Frank Clark, he was offside.
Yeah, they had the penalty call that costed it.
The interception that would have won them the game.
Like, to take Brady to the AFC Championship game in overtime is incredible to do in your rookie year. His second year, he wins MVP. That was his MVP. It's his second year in the league, but it kind of felt it was his rookie year.
It was technically his rookie year. He played one game in his rookie year.
Yeah, it's like it's like Lamar in his second year. He played as like a backup quarterback, running back in his first year, and then
he started. He started like 6 games.
He did it near the end of the year. I remember I went to a game. It was Cleveland-Baltimore, and it was like a 9-6 game. It went to overtime, and Lamar put like 2 touches.
Shootout.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium was booing him, thinking he was going to be brutal. That did not age well, but I think Mahomes is definitely the most valuable player because I think when I look at the other sports, baseball, I think Trout is the most valuable hitter, but guy's been to the playoffs.
You could say Ohtani.
You could say Ohtani because he does both sides of the ball, but I don't think he does it enough of an elite level to be the best because he's not I wouldn't say he's a top 10 pitcher. I'd say he's up there in hitting power wise. But for hitting, I'd go Trout, but I think he's only been in the playoffs one time. And then pitching, it's DeGrom. But also, they've had struggles. Like, the guy could have an ERA under 2, and he still goes 10-10.
Quick thing. Baseball is so sus. Like, the substance stuff. Have you been hearing about that?
Oh, like
on the balls?
Oh, yeah. Like, the guys, I'm pretty sure. I genuinely believe
I think Jacob DeGrom was, one of the players who were,
DeGrom was noted, but I think it's heavily Garrett Cole. The brim of the cap, putting it on. I don't know if it's pine tar or not, but...
Just have more grip on the ball.
Yeah, to me, I never got that. I pitched my whole life, and I never thought to even once do that. Not because, maybe you get more movement on it or you get more speed, but it's just, the integrity of the game. How are you going to do that? It's
just, I feel like there's always something with baseball, bro.
Yeah,
there's always something going on.
Or steroids,
something with the actual baseballs themselves.
Yeah. And it's really weird. Baseball went from a year or 2 ago, it went from everyone was hitting home runs and pitchers couldn't go deep into games.
Now no one can.
Now there's already 8 no-hitters happened in the baseball. It's really weird the way the game has changed. And you could see, the higher-ups in baseball, they're trying to make it faster, more enjoyable, but you're going to have those batters that take forever in the batter's box, put their hands up, and then you got pitchers that are picking off 5 times in an inning and it's just standing there. The game is just so slow and it needs to improve. Also, one thing, umpires need to go. I know it's just a part of the game, but they make it so brutal sometimes. The calls they make are horrible. It's worse than any other sport because it's up to their opinion. It's not in a rule book. And a lot of the time, they'll call it based off where it lands in the glove rather than where it goes over the plate.
See, I'm not a tradition type of guy, so baseball kind of makes me mad sometimes because it's a very traditionalist sort of thing. It's very in the past. It hasn't really progressed that much.
And I get the idea to want to keep them, but at the same time, it's technology has improved so much. In tennis, they call the ball based off of technology, knowing if it was in or out. There's no reason they can't do that in baseball.
Yeah.
They literally have a plate on the screen showing you where the pitches have been. Everybody at home is watching like that was a strike and you didn't call it. So it's weird. So
You're like, oh, I don't like change. Well, you'll get used to it in like a year.
exactly. But yeah, like going back to what we were saying, like DeGrom pitching wise would be the most valuable player in baseball, but he only pitches every 5 games. So it's not, you take that out of the equation. With hockey at the same time, McDavid is far and away the most valuable player in hockey. But as you saw, he got swept in the first round of the playoffs. It doesn't matter how good you are, you got to have a team behind you. So it really comes down to football and basketball. And like you said, LeBron would be there if it was last 10 years. If I'm picking a guy in the NBA, I'm taking Luka Doncic. Because he's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
He can take over a game. His team depth, like, you put Doncic on any other team as the number one option. You've switched the number one options besides maybe Brooklyn and maybe Milwaukee. Actually, I don't know. Milwaukee might be better with Luka.
Than Giannis?
Yeah. It's weird because the defense would struggle a bit more, but
It'd be tough because
yeah,
I don't know if I would say
yeah, it's
very situational.
yeah. Milwaukee and
Because then if you take away Giannis, then you have Luka, Drew, and Middleton.
Yeah,
That's kind of awkward.
You'd have to move one of the two others. But yeah, besides Giannis and KD, like you put him in any other situation, I think has a chance to go to the finals. Like just Dallas isn't that team yet, but it has to be Mahomes because, like you said, he plays the hardest position in football, and you even saw it. Like
I think sports.
And yeah, oh yeah, sorry, hardest position in sports by far.